loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this topic is going to be what they were thinking and what they thought the last time that they saw you. So think about your person and then look at these groups right here and see the one that you are the most drawn to when you are thinking about your particular person that you are inquiring about, that you are wondering about. So today's video is going to be really fun. I'm super excited to get into it. And if you guys like to choose with crystals, let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. So over here we have some amethyst. Then for group 2, we have some chrysoprase or chrysoprase. I've heard so many different pronunciations of this crystal, but yeah. Then group 3, we have this beautiful citrine. Then for group 4, we have this garden quartz. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about what they were thinking the last time that they saw you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so the first few cards that we start off with for you guys, group 1, we have Shining Through, Tender Embrace, and the Royal You. So a couple things that I'm noticing right off the bat here is that this person thinks extremely highly of you. The fact that we have Shining Through and the Royal You, this person thinks the world of you. They think, honestly, I'm getting this energy that they think that you are above them in some way. Like this card, the way that we think about royal people, like they kind of see you with that energy where, like if there was a hierarchy, they definitely think of themselves a little bit lower than that, or like they think of themselves lower than you, right? And the tender embrace here, this person wants to get closer to you. I feel like they want to give their love to you and their appreciation, because I think that, again, they're thinking so highly of you that they want to show you that, and they wish they could get closer to you and really express that, because I'm almost feeling like they hold themselves back. Okay, and that's why we have this control card right here, where they're almost like, I don't feel like this is them trying to control you in any way, because that's not the energy that I'm picking up from your person at all. The energy that I'm picking up from them is that they restrain themselves around you and hold themselves back, because again, they think so highly of you and they don't want to come across needy, they don't want to come across too strong, and they don't want to be too heavy, if that makes sense. They don't want to have this heavy energy around you. And so I'm getting that they really try to control themselves around you, and they try to hold themselves back, okay? And then we do also have this shining through. They really want to express themselves, and they also love the way that you shine. They love the way that you are expressive. They love the way that you talk. They love the way that you hold yourself. They look at you and see that you hold yourself in a very like confident manner around them. And at least that's what they see coming across from you, is that confident energy and just a very bright energy. They see a really bright energy from you when they're around you, and they really want to be able to express themselves more. And I feel like they've been thinking about that. So the last time that they saw you, they probably opened up more than they normally kind of do. And it might have even been subtle. You guys might not have even noticed it, because again, we have this control. So there's this like self-restraint where they're like, no, don't come across too strong. Don't overimpose your energy on this person. Don't like walk all over them with your energy, I guess, if that's making sense. So a couple other things that I'm noticing here is the numerology that we have going on. The 2 and the 2 is super significant with the tender embrace. They really want to be on your level. They also are constantly curious what you're thinking about them. So I think that that's something that crosses their mind quite a bit. But I'm getting that they really want to be close to you. And again, your person that you're asking about, it could be romantic, it might be platonic. It really just depends. It is a general reading. But this usually, the twos do symbolize partnership and a very close partnership. So this person definitely wants to be close with you. I am getting more of a romantic feeling from this group, but it doesn't have to be. This could also be, for example, like maybe you guys are asking about a parent and they really want to get close to you and they see you so highly and blah, 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 whatever the case may be, right? But for the most part, I'm getting a romantic feeling from this group right here. Also, amethyst is really interesting because amethyst is like, in history, it used to be worth more than diamonds, right? So I'm almost getting this feeling like maybe you guys don't necessarily see yourself, you guys don't really put yourself on a super high pedestal, right? I feel like I'm getting a vibe that you guys are a little bit more humble, but they see you as worth more than diamonds. So that's an interesting thing about amethyst, is that throughout points of history, it was worth more than diamonds. Also, it helps us break like addictions and stuff like that, helps us break old patterns. So I'm also thinking that this person like has probably been through some stuff in their past and they've had to break a lot of their old habits and patterns. They've had to kind of do a lot of work on themselves already to get where they are now, and they're ready for something that's a lot more healthy. So that's also a vibe that I'm getting just since you guys chose the amethyst. I thought amethyst, like right when I looked at this pile, I was like, that pile needs amethyst for some reason. I didn't even know what the cards were yet, but I was like, that pile needs amethyst. Also, we have the number 1 right here. So they're looking for like the beginning of something, and they're also looking at this relationship as something that's like new, and they want it to be fresh. They don't want it to be like anything else that they've had before. They don't want it to they want something new. They're not looking to have a replacement of something that they lost that was old. They're not looking to go back into the past. They're looking for something totally new. Also, we have the number 3 right here, which is celebration. So they want to see you smile. Ooh, right when yes. This person loves when you smile, and they love making you smile. So they might tell like silly jokes. So they might be like silly around you because they love to see you smile. They want to see your energy open up. They want you to open up more. They want you to feel really comfortable around them. Because I'm almost getting that maybe there's also maybe both of you are kind of a bit shy, and maybe both of you are kind of like holding back a little bit and not expressing all of your thoughts, for example. There might be some like nervous tension in this group. With the control card, there's definitely like some kind of like nervous tension here. But yeah, I think that this person really wants you to open up. They want the fullness of you and they're so ready for it. But it's kind of like, how do we get there? How do we break down these walls, and how do we get closer? Because yeah, this person's definitely wanting to get closer to you. And they want to see you open up more. They want to see you have a really good time. They just want your energy to shine. They want that full authenticity. They see you as such a high person that they're just like, I want to see all of you. Everything. I want it all. So yeah, this person they want the deepness. I'm getting that this person wants a deepness. We also have the number 7 in the Royal You card. So there could be kind of like a spiritual connection between you guys too. Those of you that chose this group. Also, the 1 and the 6 are also significant on their own as well. So the 1 energy, we already talked about that. Also the 6 energy is harmony. So they feel like they get along with you really well, and they feel like there's a deep connection. And yeah, again, the 7 energy is kind of like a spiritual connection as well. So there could be like, you guys might have like a deep philosophy or values that are very similar to each other. And maybe that's why there's such a connection right here, because maybe you guys are also super similar in your types of values or your belief systems, or it just complements each other very well. And they really like that about you. Yeah, I'm getting definitely, and it's great that this is our center card and it has the 22 on it, because it signifies that there's so much balance between you both. So even though this person sees you very highly, you might also look at this person and see them very highly as well, because there's a really good balance here. But I think I'm almost getting this energy that both of you might be just really humble. And so you just look up to this person so much, right? And it might not be necessarily that you put your own confidence down, but yeah, it's just like you see this person really highly. And I feel like this person tries very hard not to ruin things. I think this person's scared of ruining stuff. So they kind of like self-restrain a lot with this control card because they're scared to touch it. You know, it's like, look at, they're holding them back. They're like, no, don't touch it. You're going to break it. Like, don't do that. You're going to ruin it. Right. It's kind of almost like when your mom, when you're a kid and then your mom takes you to like a fancy like home store where there's like a lot of fancy dishes and fancy like stuff. And then every time you try to touch stuff, they're like, no, you're going to break it. So that's almost like them. That's almost like their energy. They're kind of like still, all right, this doesn't even say control. Oh yeah, it does. I almost read the word contact just now. Anyway, it does say control. But the fact that I'm also seeing contact, I think that they want more physical contact with you, but they're kind of like restraining themselves. But I think that there's moments when you guys are together that they're like, oh, I really wish I could just like hold your hand or like put my hand on you, but I don't want to like come across too strong, if that makes sense. So I don't know what stage you guys are at in your relationship with this person, but I'm definitely getting like there's still some nervous tension and that they hold themselves back. This also doesn't have to be physical either. This could also be like emotionally they're holding themselves back, so they might feel more than what they're letting on. Like they might have deeper feelings than what they tell you, and they also probably have deeper thoughts than what they tell you. They're probably thinking so much more than what they let you know. And I think it's because this person, again, has this sort of like fear, and they're trying to like guide this in a really good direction. So there seems to be a lot of like self-control around this relationship between you two. They're also, I'm getting the fact that they could also be texting you guys at times, and then they're like, wait a minute, no, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. So because there's like a lot of control, they're almost like holding, like he's holding his hand back, right? Or like he, whatever. They're like holding their hand back, and they're like, no, wait, don't type that, don't say that. So I think that there's moments where they also almost type something to you, or maybe they almost like pick up the phone and call you, but then they're like, wait, is that weird? Should I not say that? Should I not do that? Like, what do I do? Like, you know, there's these moments where I think that they think about stuff, but then they like hold themselves back. Okay. So let's see what else we get. We also have this deck of cards. This one is a major arcana deck. So it's all the major arcana tarot cards, which is all, like basically all the major energies. And we're going to pull one of these cards to kind of get a one card to represent sort of the major energy in this relationship. Like, what is the major energy behind this relationship? We have the Magician. Oh my goodness, guys. Group one. Whoo! Lots of one energy with you guys. First of all, you guys are group one. We have a one right here. We have a one right here. And then the Magician is also the number one. So the Magician is a fantastic card. So the energy between you two are both really well-rounded people. You guys have a lot going on. You guys probably have, like, you guys are probably already pretty figured out, if that makes sense. Like, you guys probably already know what direction you're going in life. You probably have your ish together, or at least for the most part, right? But the Magician kind of signifies that. And the energy between both of you is kind of like, there's a lot manifesting here and there's so much potential. The Magician signifies that we can kind of create anything to happen. It's also a card of magic. So there's probably tons of like magical energy between you two, almost like it was like destined to be. And again, the number one signifies that it's something brand new, because I think you guys have done so much learning in your past, both of you, and it doesn't matter what age you are, because we can go through a wild amount of experiences in a short time sometimes, right? So with that being said, both of you are probably super mature because you've been through so much that now you guys are ready for like a whole new beginning, a whole new like fresh start. And you guys really know what you want. There's this energy between both of you that both of you know what you want. And there's this great potential to manifest something really great here. Yeah, it's like you have all the connections. That's also another thing about the Magician is it's the card that has all the elements in it, because we have the wands, we have the pentacles, we have the swords, and we have the cups. So we have the water, the air, the earth, and the fire. So with that, it's also signifying that both of you look at each other and you're like, wow, this person kind of has everything that I want. It just kind of keeps getting better. And there's a lot of discovery here. I think that you guys are like slowly discovering more and more and seeing how infinite you two are. Like there's an infinite amount to know about this person. There's an infinite amount to explore and create with this person because there's so much chemistry. I'm getting that there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of connection, there's a lot of like similar values. There's a lot of similarity between you two, but also enough contrast to where it's like you two can be individuals, but then also come together to almost have like the same mission. And it's almost like you two together equal a number one. And I also want to talk about how the 2 and 2 equal a 4. This symbolizes that you two are both probably looking for something that's a solid foundation, something that's going to last, something that you can build upon, that's not going to like topple over. I think that there's really good intentions behind both of you for whatever this relationship is, and stuff like that. So yeah. And this is also a relationship where both of you want to build each other up and desire to like grow your potential together. So I think both of you are very supportive, and this person also very much wants to support you in your dreams. And they also see that you have literally infinite potential. I think that you guys build each other up just because like you both see each other so highly, and this person again sees you so highly, the royal you, the magician, like they see that you could do anything and they admire that. It's almost like you inspire them. You really light this person up. I think that they get so lit up when they're around you. It's like if you could see them when they're not around you, you'd probably understand the contrast. But they light up when they're around you or when they're talking to you, shining through right here. Like it's like their energy just turns on. It lights up when they are around you. They get so excited to be around you. Yeah, this is looking fantastic so far, group one. Oh my goodness. There's just like, you guys, there's some tension still. And maybe it's just because it's like early on in your guys's, like relationship so far. But yeah, I guess that's the only sort of like more negative, I guess, aspect of this. Although it's not so negative, it's kind of also cute in a way. But, yeah, with that being said, let's get some tarot cards on here too. We haven't even gotten into like the tarot yet. So group one, how does your person feel about you? What do they think? What did they think the last time they saw you? 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so that kind of signifies the sort of hierarchy that they place you on again. Kind of talks about that. So let's get some more cards here. Oh, Ace of Cups. What was I talking about, guys? Like romance or romance, you know what I mean? Let's get one more. Okay, cool. That almost went in, that did go into the candle. So, let's see. The 2 of Pentacles, this person wants, I feel like they want to give a lot to you. And I feel like they want to make it work. They want the ups, they want the downs. They're okay with it all. They're okay with the ups and the downs. They want also to see both sides of you, I think. With the 2 of Pentacles. Like they're like, oh, you can totally like show me all of your sides, both your sides, your ups and your downs. Like feel comfortable showing me that and telling me that. I feel like this person is thinking about that too, that they want to see both. They want to see the ups and the downs. Also with 2 of Pentacles, it does talk about how they totally see you on a pedestal, like they really look up to you. And I think that they've never really met another person like you. And I think that that's something that they think about a lot. And that's also why we have the 2 of Pentacles and the Royal You card, because they look at you and they're like, how do you even exist? Like, how does a person like you even exist? I don't think they've ever come across somebody like you in their lifetime. So that's why they think so highly of you. And that's also, again, why we have the Magician, because it's like full of magic. Because they're almost looking at you like, this is magical. This is, how does this exist? How does this exist? Like, that's something that I think goes through their mind quite a bit. Yeah, amazing. The 9 of Pentacles, again, they see you so highly, and they see you as somebody with so much confidence. I think that you intimidate them a little bit, but kind of in a really good way. Because again, they've just never met somebody like you, and they weren't expecting to meet somebody like you because they just didn't know somebody like you existed. I think that's something that goes through their mind. Yeah. They also see you as somebody who really has it all together. And I think that to them is like really rare to find. And they see you as somebody who's like has a lot of themselves figured out. I think that you also kind of confuse them a little bit sometimes, but also in like a healthy way. Like you keep them wondering with the Two of Pentacles. You keep them curious, because that energy in the Two of Pentacles is also just a very curious energy where you kind of keep them on their toes a little bit. And even like you can see on this card, she's depicted like on her toes, right? So you keep them wondering, you keep them curious, you keep them on your toes based on your responses, your reactions, you know. Sometimes maybe you're letting off a little bit and they get really excited, and then maybe there's times where you like just relax and you're not like, I don't know, dropping hints or anything, and then they're like, oh, well, does she still like me, or does he still like me, or what are they thinking now, or like what is going on now, what's happening. I think that you guys keep them on their toes, because I think that you guys throw them little unexpected things that they weren't really expecting from you sometimes, and they're like, whoa, like what's that, where did that little humor come from, or where did, you know. So you guys keep them on their toes, that's for sure. They see you as somebody who, again, is very successful. Ace of Cups, you guys, like, if this isn't a romantic person that you're asking about, then this would just be interpreted as there's just a lot of care and love for you. But normally, I mean, when the Ace of Cups comes out, it's a pretty good indication that you guys are talking about somebody who you have romantic interest in, right? And Ace of Cups, there is a lot of, like, love here, or at least a lot of emotion. So even if it's not at the love stage yet, this would be a lot of emotions, and it's like you fill them up. You really fill up exactly what they've been looking for, and it feels like they have a full cup when they're around you. Like, you fulfill them. You really do. They also see you as somebody who's deeply caring. They see you as somebody who doesn't like need anybody, which I think they find very attractive, because you don't need a person. You know, you're pretty independent. The Nine of Pentacles symbolizes independence. And so they see you as somebody who's very independent, who has their own ish together, who's already self-fulfilled. And because of that, they find that like super alluring and attractive. And yeah, I feel like you sometimes make them feel like an animal. Like, just looking at this card with the woman and the tiger next to her, I feel like they sometimes feel like the tiger who's found this like beautiful being and they kind of almost get like more instinctual around you. Like, you bring out their instincts, and they almost kind of go on autopilot sometimes, because they're like, whoa. Yeah, interesting. We also have the Hangman being reversed here. So you help them see the world in a whole new light. I think that you're bringing this person outside of a darker place of their life. I think that right before they met you, they were probably going through a harder time in their life, where they kind of maybe felt stuck and they didn't really know where they were going, and they were looking for some change, or maybe they just got stagnant and stuck in their ways, because maybe they've just kind of gotten used to the way life was, and they've just kind of like, you know, they figured out how to be comfortable, and they kind of just got, I don't know, just lack of better words, just kind of like stuck in their ways, right? Then you come along, and all of a sudden you're kind of flipping their world around, because they thought they had it all figured out. And now that you've gained back their curiosity again, like, you keep them on their toes. And so you almost offer a new perspective to them, and you offer something that maybe they don't know a lot about, because maybe, like, even though you two have very similar values and you're very similar in ways, I think that you guys offer something new, something fresh to the table regardless. Maybe it's just because they've never met a person that they relate to so much, whatever the case may be. But you do really awaken them, and you make them feel like life is moving forward again, and you make them feel alive. And so this person notices how alive that they feel around you, and how they feel like their life is finally moving forward again, and how they feel like life is not stagnant anymore. Life is not just a repeating block of the same schedule and the same routine. Life is now an exciting, like, what's gonna happen next? I feel alive. I feel like my curiosity is piqued. My mind is like racing with wonder again, you know? So this person feels that way. And that's what they think about a lot when they're around you. I feel like this person tries to feel grounded when they're with you, but a lot of the times I think that you get them a lot in their head. A lot. They do also, I feel like they have their moments of feeling grounded with you, but for the most part, I think that this whole situation is still really mind-blowing to them, and they're okay with that. They're perfectly okay with that. In fact, I think that they're enjoying it and having a great time. I don't think they have a lot of complaints about that at all. I'm seeing a lot of water just in these center two. So you really make them feel deeper than they felt in a long time. This person feels deep around you. I think that they're also slowly opening up more and more, but there's a depth that you guys haven't even like reached yet. They think that you're very sweet as well. Looking at this Ace of Cups, I get like this sweetness vibe where they think that you're very sweet, very nurturing. They almost think it's like too good to be true. I'm still getting this too good to be true vibe from this group. Oh my gosh, group one. What are you doing to this person? They're like, I'm getting this like head over heels vibe, especially if it's like romantic. We're gonna shuffle these cards. We're gonna get some more cards here. I mean, what were we expecting at this point? So there's a lot of flirting. This person also thinks a lot about how they could flirt with you, or how they can like drop hints about their attraction to you. Definitely getting that this person is very attracted to you. And yeah, you make them want to take action, where I think for the most part in life, I don't think they jump on a lot of opportunities. Okay, so I wasn't sure when this stopped recording. My camera cut out. It always cuts out like every half an hour, and sometimes I notice and sometimes I don't notice. So I'm not really sure where that cut out, but we did shuffle these. We had the flirt card come out, so they're definitely very attracted to you. They feel like they want to obviously flirt with you, but there's this really nice attraction. And I was also talking about how the Hangman with this card, this person's very patient most of the time. And so I feel like this person's used to waiting around, and they are used to saying no, and they're used to just being patient, because they're okay with just waiting for what they deserve and what's right and what feels right for them. They don't mind being on their own. I feel like your person does not mind being alone, and they're not somebody who jumps on just any opportunity because they're lonely. They don't jump on any opportunity just because like they're bored. This person's very okay being on their own. And I'm getting that you bring out this like flirtatious, like they're so attracted to you that they're like, how can I drop hints? How can I flirt more? Because you really make this person feel alive. They don't want to wait around anymore. They're like, okay, this is what I want. I want what this is. And so they look for ways to kind of like get closer to you and to kind of drop hints about how they're feeling. In a more lighthearted way. Like they might drop like humor. I'm also getting from this card that this person probably drops humor, and like I'm one of these people for sure, but I'm definitely getting like, look at this, just like extend your lighthearted energy to others. This person probably in a lighthearted way says things that they're actually more serious about. So like they might joke around with you about like, oh, what about this? Or like, oh, what about that? And I think it's more of like an undertone of seriousness, but said in a lighthearted way. Because this person, again, they don't want to come off too strong. Like they have a lot of self-restraint when we have this control card right here. Tons of like self-restraint. But I think that they flirt their way into what they really mean, if that makes sense. Like they say what they mean in a lighthearted way, in a way that's not so intense, because they don't want to come across super intense. They want to keep it fun and flirty. But they have really intense feelings, so I think that they express it in more of a lighthearted way. We also have heart-to-heart conversations. This person wants to get deeper with you. They want to have deep talks with you. They want to, heart-to-heart conversations. They want to know you on a much deeper level. So, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. They probably want to have a conversation about feelings with you. They probably want to know what page that you're really on. They want to know more about where this is going, probably, or they at least just want to be deeper in touch with you. I feel like they want to get over this feeling of control, and they want to get to a part where they feel like they can really be themselves. Not that they're not being themselves, but I feel like they still hold back because, again, they don't want to be too intense, because maybe this is still new, maybe this is still fresh, so they don't want to come across too intense. Or maybe, again, you intimidate them a little bit, and so they're like, they still have this kind of nervous energy, and they really want to get past that. Like, this person doesn't want it to always be that way. So they want to get deeper with you, okay? So with that being said, we're going to go into another deck of cards. Which one should we go into? Let's do this. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a fun, I've been using these cards ever since the last reading that we did for like yes and no, or not yes and no questions, for like an ask any question type of situation. So what we've been doing in the readings lately is you guys can think of any question. It doesn't have to be a yes or no question. It could be any question that comes to your mind at all. And basically what we're going to do is have a pick a card within a pick a card. So think about your question. I'm going to shuffle these cards and then lay down 3 different ones. Then you are going to choose the one that you're most drawn to, and that is going to be the answer to your question. So think about what you guys want to ask, and I'm going to be laying out some cards. So group 1 is going to be these 2 cards. Group 2. And then group 3. So, sorry, I have to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry guys, definitely had to sneeze there. So yeah, here's our 3 piles. You can pause the video if you need more time to think about which pile you're the most drawn to for your question. And without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys chose this first little group here, the answer to your question is meditation brings answers and peaceful resolution. I think that this is talking about, so for you guys, I think you already know the answer within, for one. Whenever this card comes up, meditation brings answers, this is because you guys already kind of know the answer within. Also, peaceful resolution. This is a card where it's kind of like everything's going to be fine and everything's going to work out in the best possible way. It's also saying you guys are going to get over something. Like, whatever period, like maybe there's a rough period, or maybe you guys are wondering about like, oh, will this ever happen? This is kind of like, yes, you're going to get from point A to point B. Point A, point B. There's a bridge here. So, yeah. Everything is going to kind of get better. Also, this is really sticking out to me because this is kind of almost signifying that there's maybe something that you need to do within in order to have the outcome that you desire. There's something that you guys maybe need to like think about or kind of mentally overcome in order to get to the place that you're trying to get to. I don't know if that's making sense. I hope that's making sense for whatever your guys' question was, but yeah, I'm kind of getting that this is going to take self-work. Like working on yourself is going to get you to that place that you're desiring. So I hope that made sense, group 1. If you guys chose group 2, we have helpful people. So this is signifying that either your guides are assisting you with whatever this question is, whatever this thing is that you guys are wanting to know about. Your guides are helping you with that, which is also really interesting because this is so similar to what like kind of group 1's energy was, is that it's like, this is working out. Don't worry, we're guiding you. There's like this very guidance energy, like it's okay, it's going the way that it's supposed to go. Maybe you're not supposed to know all the answers right away, right? Maybe we are supposed to take it day by day because there's some kind of learning in that. Maybe there's some kind of lesson in that, or maybe there's some sort of path that for some reason this is the best path, is to kind of like, it's supposed to maybe take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, where we're kind of walking into the unknown. But I'm getting a really positive energy from all the cards that we've had so far. So it's kind of like maybe also friends will assist in some way with whatever it is that you guys are asking about, or just like your spirit guide team to like help along this like connection or whatever it is that we are asking about here. Let's see what else we get. So group 3, if you guys chose this card, we have take action. Wow, I was kind of feeling that sort of vibe from like all of the groups so far, is this energy where spirit is kind of telling you guys like you need to step up, you need to like do something here. So whatever it is that you guys are asking about, maybe it's about you guys taking initiative rather than waiting. So especially group 3, for those of you that have this card, take action, this is you guys kind of like making the first move, taking the first step. Right? So it doesn't have to be going from 0 to 100, right? But maybe the first step is just like a small like gesture that kind of leads or opens up a doorway for you guys to maybe get where you want to go. So I hope that's making sense, because it definitely looks like you guys have a trajectory here in this card. There's a trajectory that we're going to, but it's like we have to kind of lead the way. So if we're this person and then the unicorn is like our person in this reading that we're talking about, we need to kind of like at least point in the right direction so that we're both going where we want to go, right? Rather than just letting the horse lead, which I'm not calling your person a horse, but in this metaphor, that is what they will be. But so yeah, with that being said, let's get into some more cards. So I also have this cool deck right here. We're gonna shuffle this one. This is honestly just some like, these cards remind me of just like what people would say. They're like almost love note cards. So I thought it'd be fun to take these out and kind of see like, especially since I'm getting a romance vibe from this reading. Look, we already have one. Kind of just getting some little love note things. Look at what we have. We have this card right here. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Maybe some of you guys are trying to rush things. Maybe some of you guys are trying to push for something too quickly. Give it time. Maybe you guys are, yeah, there might be a forceful energy because maybe we're getting impatient. So this card just talks about have patience, give it time. Like it's going to unfold naturally the way that it's going to unfold, and it's already going in a good place. So why start forcing it to change so soon, right? We also have beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities that you don't like are also your own reflection. So the things that you like about this person are also things that you have within yourself. But also the things that maybe you don't like and the things that you are trying to get over are also part of your own self, part of your own reflection. So that can be really deep. So especially if we go back to this like rushing card right here. So if you guys are like, oh, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? Are you guys taking action to make it happen? Are you guys putting your foot forward to make it happen? So this is kind of like look within and see, are you also putting in the same amount of effort or no, right? So it's almost like a lesson for you guys to also fix the things that you don't like about. So it's almost showing you like what you need to change within. I hope that's making sense. But yeah, Then our next cards, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So I'm feeling like this is from the past. Some of you guys might still be holding on to maybe certain resentment from the past, or maybe certain hurt from the past, and maybe that's why we're kind of having a hard time like opening up here, because for you guys, group one, it seems like things are going so well in this reading, other than just this need for control and restraint and holding back, right? And then maybe we're wondering, why aren't things moving fast enough? Well, because we're holding back so much. We're holding back so much. We're not taking action enough. We're not opening ourselves up enough, right? So, and maybe we're not opening ourselves up enough because we've had some ill experiences in the past. Okay, so emotions are a natural, necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. So are our fears clouding our vision? Are we too scared to open up? So yeah, this person's definitely, I think that these are also messages. I feel like this is almost a two-way street, right? So there's a huge connection between you two with the two and the two. Such a big connection where you two are probably so similar, to where these are kind of like messages to your person and then also to you. This is like what they think, and then also kind of maybe you guys are going through the same thing. So yeah, in order for you guys to get a clear vision, in order for you guys to trust more, I think that you guys need to let go more, let go of control, and allow yourself to just move forward and open up more, right? Heart-to-heart conversations. Because this person is definitely thinking that they want that, right? They're definitely feeling like, hey, I want to have like deeper conversations. And I feel like you guys are honestly thinking the same thing too. So yeah, it's time to maybe open up more and have some deeper talks with your person, group one. So with that being said, I also have these self-care cards. So we're also going to shuffle this deck and get some like guidance from spirit on what they want you to do right now. So we've talked about kind of like how your person's feeling, what they thought the last time that they saw you. But with that being said, I wanted to get some answers from our spirit guides here to kind of tell us like what we should be doing right now, what we should be focusing on. So instead of getting wrapped up in like, oh, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? What can we do to maybe help us out, to help us move forward, to help us kind of get back into our own energy and stuff like that. So spirit, group one. So focus on your creativity, create art, focus on what you guys desire. What are you passionate about, group one? It's time to focus on what it is that you guys are passionate about. Sorry, I'm like trying to adjust the lighting here and was not listening to me. There we go. So yeah, they want you guys to focus on what makes you excited. The 8 that we have here focuses on money, so focusing a bit more on maybe your career or like a creative project that you have that you want to push forward. It's like focus your energy on that, channel your energy towards that, and things will like start to move forward because you guys will have a more balanced energy this way. So what else do we have? Connect with your womb, my love. Okay, so if you guys are like feminine, you have the womb. This can also be taken, like even if you guys are a man watching this just means connect with your self-nurturing nature. Like even as males or as females, we all have like a caring, nurturing nature about us at some level, at some point. So this is about connecting with self-care more, so that you guys are filling up your own cup and so that you can also provide more. Because the interesting thing about the mother energy, the womb energy, is when we care for it, the womb creates life, right? It creates, it gives, it nurtures. That's the nurturing energy, it's the mother energy. So in order for you to give to others, if you want to be able to give more to somebody, if you want to be able to offer more, be more, connecting with your nurturing nature. How can we nurture more ourselves so that we then have the ability and the energy to nurture others? Okay, this is also talking about harmony right here. So balance, getting yourself back into balance. How can you get back into your own balance? And let's get one last card here. We have connect with your ancestors, connect with your spirits. I think your spirit guides have been trying to get deeper in touch with you, group one. They've definitely been trying to connect with you more. They're also saying that you guys are possibly going through a big change right now with the number 5 popping up here, and they want to be able to guide you through that change. And so they're like here with you, and they're seeing how much you're growing right now, like this tree right here. There's a lot that's growing within you, and there's like a whole new you that's kind of sprouting up right now. And you guys might be going through a lot of changes with that number 5, like a lot of like internal changes, emotional changes, mental changes, maybe even physical changes where you guys are just changing a lot. There's a lot of change happening around you. Your guides, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, they're trying to help you through this. And they're also saying it's a very divine time right now, but it requires a lot of self-care. It requires a lot of self-nurture. So in order for you to be able to give back, you're going to need to connect within more, meditate more. They're really wanting you to meditate more. They're even saying that when you're doing your arts, your crafts, that's a meditation in itself. And so just connecting more with that self-nurturing energy. But yeah, also meditating, also right before you go to bed. Your dreams are also going to be very important is what I'm hearing as well. So yeah, with that being said, group number 1, that is what we have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group 2, my beautiful chrysoprase pile. If you guys chose this one, this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 2, here is the cards that we start off with. We have Earth Magic, Exposed and Revealed, Birds of a Feather, Mystery, and Patience. So I'm getting a very clear energy, but this energy can either be about you or about them. It could kind of flip-flop because there's 2 like very separate energies happening within this group. And I think because it's a general reading, it's pointing out how this can kind of be either or. It could either be you or the person. But kind of what I'm getting is one of you guys is very shy. One of you guys is a lot more social and a lot more open is kind of the first things that I'm picking up on. So one thing that I know that this person is definitely thinking about is that they want to know you better. They want to be able to see eye to eye. They want to be able to like connect deeper in your soul, in all of that. They also really want to be somebody who you like. And I think that they think about that quite often as like, I want this person to like me, and I wonder if they like me. One of you guys, though, remains shy and mysterious, and it could be them. It could also be you. But they're wanting to know deeper. They want to go beneath the surface. Like when we look at this card, the Earth Magic card, they want to go beneath the surface. And they feel like that's kind of beginning, and I feel like that's like kind of starting. But they want to like really, they don't want like a surface level kind of talk with you. And I feel like this person doesn't really like surface level relationships and friendships. I find that this person thinks that those are hard. I feel like your person is pretty deep, and they don't just like the tweet sort of relationships and talks. They want something that's deeper, that goes beneath the surface, something that's very connective. Okay, so they're wanting to get deeper. That's for one. And yeah, one of you guys is definitely remaining mysterious though. And the mask shows that they're not really letting their true self shine forward. Okay, yeah, okay. So the more that I'm talking about this, the more that I'm kind of like seeing how this is kind of like connecting. So I'm getting that your person really sort of filters themselves around you. And that's why we have the mask. It's kind of like they're wearing a mask because they want to come across good to you. They want you to like them, okay? that's kind of what I'm picking up between these three, is that they really desire you to like them. And they're constantly always wondering, does this person like me? And I think this person's a little bit insecure. I'm definitely getting a very insecure feeling from this person. And that's why I feel like it's hard for them to have surface level stuff, because surface level doesn't really validate if you like them or not. So this person's definitely, they get this insecurity when they're around you. Okay, so they're still remaining quite a bit mysterious, and they're not really going beneath the surface yet. Okay. I feel like they don't just want to be a friend with you. When I'm looking at this card, the birds of a feather, they're kind of like, I want something deeper than just being like another friend. And even if this isn't romantic, they at least just want like a deeper connection rather than just somebody that you like see when you're hanging out together and that you guys have a surface level. Like, they want something that's deeper. They want a deeper connection with you, okay? So again, whether this is platonic or romantic, they definitely desire a deeper connection. I feel like this person does not reveal themselves until they see the other person revealing themselves. I feel like this person is very like patient, and they wait until the other person starts exposing themselves more and starts revealing themselves more and going deeper. And then that'll be the time that this person finally opens up and goes deeper as well. I feel like this person waits to see how you open up, and then they open up accordingly with that. Like, this person doesn't really take the initiative themselves. I feel like this person isn't normally much of a socializer, where it seems like one of you guys are. Okay? And yeah, so what this person was thinking the last time that they saw you is that they want to open up more, and they want a deeper connection here. And honestly, this is pretty similar. This beginning part, at least, this very beginning part is pretty similar to group number 1. So I would not be surprised if some of you guys were also drawn to group 1. But yeah, I'm also getting that maybe the difference between pile number 1 and this pile is, this pile I'm almost getting that you guys are still friends and haven't like revealed your deeper feelings. Whereas with pile number 1, I was kind of getting that those feelings were already kind of there, but there was still a lot of like holding back. Whereas this group, I'm getting like there's still a friendship connection rather than a deeper connection. It's still very surface level, and they're wanting to go deeper. I think this person has deeper desires than what they've let on right now. This group, I'm getting that there's still a friendship connection rather than like a best friend connection or like a romantic connection. This person might have romantic feelings for you. Again, it is a general reading, or they might just, again, like I said, desire something deeper rather than something surface level. But this person's definitely still kind of like feeling like they need to filter themselves around you. They still feel like they need to wear a mask. Like, you know, when you like go out with certain people and then you feel like, oh, I need to like put on a face to like get through this conversation. You can't really like really just let loose and be yourselves. You know, those people that I don't know. I feel like we all have kind of been there at least at one point in our lives. That's how kind of this person feels right now, and they want to get deeper. They want to go below the surface, but they kind of just don't know how. I feel like this person isn't like your regular like social butterfly that knows how to do that. They're kind of just like, they kind of wait until somebody else sort of starts opening up before they do. So with that being said, we're also going to take a major arcana card here. This is from a major arcana deck, and this is kind of going to show the overall like energies of the connection between you two. Like, what is the overall major sort of connection here? So group 2, the overall connection of group 2. We have 2 cards that I wanted to come out, so let's see what they are here. We have them wow, this one also came out for group 1. What in the world? And we also have the death card. So, very big energy, group 2. So the connection between you two has the potential to be very magical. And I feel like it has the potential to kind of like go in almost any direction, because the Magician is all 4 elements, right? So it can almost kind of go into any direction, this connection between you two. And it also has like infinite potential. There could be a very strong connection here, or again, you guys could just like be like, nah, it's over, whatever. But there is a desire for something deep, to kind of really expose. Because when I'm looking at the Death card, the fact that, again, he's just like a skeleton that's obviously very exposed, and we also have exposed and revealed. So this person really wants to get below the surface. And they, again, value very deep connections. They're also somebody who, because the Death card, it's very connected to Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy is the kind of energy where it's extremely shy, but also extremely intelligent and smart. Because one thing about Scorpio is it does not reveal unless it knows it's absolutely safe, but they're also extremely curious. So they kind of want to know everything about you first before they start really opening up, you know? So right when you start talking about like all your relationship problems, then they will start opening up and talking about all of their relationship problems. Like they're very much of like a wait before taking action type of person. That's probably why we also have this Patience card here. Because this person won't reveal, they want to reveal their deepest things. Trust me, they do want to, but will they do it? Only if you do. Only if you do. So what they think and what they thought the last time that they saw you is that they desire to get deeper, and they kind of want to transform or transmute the relationship, because the Death card's also about transmutation. So they don't want it to kind of stay where it's currently at. And I don't think they really necessarily like where it's currently at. Not that they don't like it, but it's not what they want. They want something different. They want to transition the relationship. They want something else. They want something different here. So there's the desire to transition the relationship in a certain direction here, but they are kind of being patient and waiting to know. They're waiting for a safer time to talk about that. Because again, this person is like more of a waiter, and they're patient. They're okay with waiting. They're okay with taking their time with stuff, but they definitely don't want it to stay where it currently is, if that makes sense. Let me see if I'm seeing anything else in these cards before moving on. Your person, I will say, with this group, it's like harder to read the energy, and I think it's because it kind of like goes to show how kind of closed off this person is, and how much they kind of like don't want to reveal themselves, because it's almost like difficult to read their energy. So yeah. With that being said, we're gonna go into some tarot cards. So we're gonna take out this deck right here, and let's see what we get. So group 2, what they were thinking the last time that they saw you. 2 of Cups being reversed. So they feel like, so this card coming up reversed, they desire it to be deeper again, but they feel like a disconnect, or they feel not necessarily a disconnect, but maybe like they don't know where you're at, and they feel like maybe it's like hard to get it going in that direction. Yeah, or it could be like their fears are holding them back. We also have 3 of Pentacles coming up reversed. So they don't know where you're at. They don't know what you want. And so it's kind of like they're very held back, to say the least. We also have the Fool. They definitely want they want to take a leap of faith. There's a desire here to take a leap of faith, and I feel like they eventually will. We also have Queen of Wands here as well. I'm gonna put her over here. I feel like getting one more card for you guys. Ace of Swords being reversed. There we go. So, oh my gosh. Okay. They are going to eventually take a leap of faith here with the Fool card. But it's going to take a little bit of time for this person. But I think they were thinking, even the last time that they saw you, they're just like, do I just leap into it? Do I just say it? Do I just talk about it? But then they're like, maybe not. But yeah, they definitely want a deeper connection. But it's really hard for them, I think, to take that leap. With the Queen of Wands being reversed, I feel like this person wants to be a bit more like expressive around you, a bit more fun when they talk to you, a bit more spontaneous, but they have a hard time being spontaneous, so they've just instead been kind of like stale and patient. I'm definitely getting more of a stale energy from this person where it might be very confusing to read them. It might be very hard to understand what they're thinking. And I don't think that they mean to come across that way. It's kind of just like who they are. I'm also getting, like, just by looking at this Fool card, I think you give them butterflies once in a while, or you make them excited once in a while at the very least. And that might sound a little bit weird if this connection is not romantic, but but if this is romantic, I'm getting that you definitely give them like the feels and the butterflies and the excitement. Like, you make them feel excited, but then they kind of get nervous about taking action on that excitement and going deeper into it. I also think that they're still confused about what they want in this relationship. With the Two of Cups being reversed, they're kind of still confused about what they want. And I think they debate sometimes about, like, do I jump into it or do I not? But I feel like it's because they don't know enough about you yet to make that clear decision, and maybe they know that you don't know enough about them yet to make that clear decision. Because there's kind of like, I'm getting a very new energy from this group where it's still very like shy. And I think it's hard to know what either of you want. I think this person does think about having like a sort of transition in your relationship, and they probably fantasize about it once in a while. But at the same time, there's this like unknown feeling that they don't know how to act on it. And maybe it's because, again, they don't know enough about you. They don't know what you want, where you stand. And those talks just haven't come up yet for them to really have a solid idea on, do I move forward with this? Do I take action on this? Do I actually make some, is this gonna go somewhere? I feel like it's still very unknown. There's a very unknown energy here because it's a very new energy. And again, the important talks haven't happened yet. Ace of Swords being reversed. Those important talks haven't kind of come up yet. So they've been a little bit like confused about maybe where this is going and how this is going to end up. There is a desire though. I'm definitely feeling this desire and this curiosity. But yeah, there's not enough like solidity here. There's not enough like opening up. And I feel like this person doesn't even know how to kind of like fully open up. So it's kind of like a two-way street here. Someone's going to have to break the ice. I'm getting like someone's going to have to totally break the ice. And I'm definitely feeling like they eventually will, because we have this Fool card even coming up. So this is something that does cross their mind about like, do I just kind of say it? And especially since we have Ace of Swords right here too. They're kind of like, do I just be spontaneous? Do I just like let the fire out? Do I just pop the bubble? Do I just do it? They definitely think about popping the bubble constantly. And I don't mean that in a physical way. I mean that in like an energetic way of like breaking the ice. They think about breaking the ice constantly. Like, how do I do it? How do I break the ice? But they hold themselves back because I think this person is extremely shy. So with that being said, we're going to take this deck of cards right here. We're going to get some more info for you guys. So group 2. What other cards do we have here for group 2? Also, some of you guys might have known this person for a very long time, but maybe you guys are separated right now, and maybe it's hard for you guys to break the ice because maybe there was a bad falling out with this person. Okay? that's a whole other spin on this. The fact that we have that coming up. So some of you guys might have known this person for a long time, but there was like, yeah, like a separation. Interesting. Also, for those of you who this is maybe a new relationship with, I feel like they still are very aware of the fact that you guys are not very close, and they feel very like, they still feel this kind of distance from you, because there hasn't been enough opening up, there hasn't been enough conversation, there hasn't been enough hitting below the surface yet for them to feel a very deep connection. And that's why I have Two of Cups being reversed too. Is this person curious about a deep connection? Yes. Is there a deep connection? We don't know yet. It hasn't gotten there. So this person thinks about that a lot. They're also thinking about like, do I just hop into this? Do I just give this a chance? Do I just go on a whim and just go, okay, cool, we're in it. Let's do it. They do think about that. Okay, they want to work on the partnership. They want to work on the connection. But they feel like there's a separation right now. They feel like there's a disconnect. I think that this person also, so the soulmate card coming up in this particular reading, do I feel like this person absolutely is your soulmate? Group number 2, it's a general reading, so hard to say. For some of you guys, there could be this like curiosity about like, is this person my soulmate? There could totally be that curiosity. Also, what I get from this is that this person is very curious and wants to find their soulmate. So I feel like this card's coming up because the person that you're wondering about deeply desires to find their soulmate. But I think this person's also extremely cautious when it comes to opening up. And so it makes it a little bit difficult because this person has a hard time opening up. And I'm almost getting that, yeah, like they want to have that deep connection. I'm almost being called to go back to the birds of a feather card, birds of a feather that flock together. They want to have that connection with you. They also don't want it to be surface level. They want it to be deeper than just that, right? But they also see that, I think this person notices that there's some good similarities. I think that they see that there is enough, like, there's enough connection here. There's enough, not connection, that's not the word I'm looking for. There's enough similarities here. There's enough in common, that's the word I'm looking for, in common. There's enough in common between you two to where they're thinking like, hey, this could be a good thing. This could be, we could get a closer connection. We could possibly have like a really great close connection. But is it actually going to get there? They're definitely wanting to take a chance on it. They do. And they want to find their soulmate. So they're definitely curious about how and where this will go, but it requires more opening up. So with that being said, we're also going to take these cards right here. This is a really fun oracle deck that we've been using a little bit now. So basically what this is going to be is we're going to have a pick a card within a pick a card. And essentially, you guys are going to be able to ask your own question. It can be anything. Ask anything that you desire, and then I will be shuffling these and then laying down the cards, and we're going to have 3 different groups, and then you guys are going to choose the group that you are the most drawn to. So there's group 1. I definitely just felt like that one wanted to come out for group 1. So then group 2, I'm feeling this one. Then group 3, let's go with that one. So here's our 3 groups. Think about any question that you want. And if you need more time to pick your pile or think of your question, you can pause the video. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. So group 1, if you guys chose this one, we have trust. So put your faith into this and put your faith towards your desired outcome, and then that will be the energy that you're feeding. So whatever you want your outcome to be, look into that and put your energy towards that. And also begin to trust yourself more and trust that everything's going to be okay regardless. Because if things don't work out, they obviously were not meant to be. We're not ruining anything. If it doesn't work out, it's not us that ruined it. It's like that wasn't meant to be anyway, obviously. Otherwise, it would have worked, it would have been. And I know that it kind of sounds like too simple off the bat, but if you really, really sit down and think about it, like, and I mean like really get philosophical on that, it begins to make a lot of sense. Because if something was meant to be, it would just be. Like, there's nothing that could stop it from being if it was meant to be. So having trust in that and knowing that if it does not work out, it's because that one wasn't it, right? So having full trust in that. And that also kind of leads you to where you're meant to be a lot easier and a lot faster too when you begin to have trust. And it's almost like your guides are coming down on you or coming down with you right now and sitting with you with their energy. And they're really starting to guide you and they're almost like sitting with you right now, trying to fill you with trust, being like, please trust us. We know what you want. And they really want you to know right now that they've heard what you want. And they're like, you're on the path. You're literally on the path. Just start trusting more and knowing that we got your back. We're going to get there. There's some lessons we got to learn in the meantime. There's all this sort of stuff, but just trust us. We're already on the path. We got you. We're leading you there. Just trust and go with the flow of it. Don't try to control it, because the more we try to control something, it's like a salmon trying to swim upstream. It's going to be pretty difficult. So you might as well just go along with the flow of the stream, and it's going to take you to your destination a lot faster. Because again, we wouldn't have to swim like upstream so hard. Like the universe wouldn't be pushing you so hard in another direction if that wasn't the direction that we weren't supposed to go. Okay? So that's one thing they're wanting to point out. All right, so group 2, if you guys chose this second card, your answer is a hard no. That's interesting. So I guess it really depends on what you asked here about how to interpret this, but the energy definitely for your question is seeming to be more of a no. And I think this is also telling you to pause right now and reflect. And they're saying, wait, it's not the right time right now. That's what I'm hearing when I look at this card. It's not the right time right now. And they're saying, wait, have patience, stop forcing. Wait, have patience, stop forcing. It's not the right time. The right time is coming. And I'm hearing 3 months. I don't know what that means. You guys will have to kind of apply that to your particular situation, but I'm hearing 3 months. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, with that being said, let's go into our third card here. So for you guys, we have in the near future. That's interesting, because the previous card we were talking about 3 months from now. So in the near future, so group 3, or yeah, pile card 3 for this particular group. In the near future is the answer to your question. And I think a lot will be revealed. So there's going to be so much more information that you know, and there's going to be so much more clarity in the near future. And also for you guys, I'm getting 3 months from now. There's something significant for all of you guys around 3 months from now. But maybe even 4 months for some of you, but for the most part, 3 months. 4 months for some of you is what I'm hearing. But in the near future, there's going to be so much more that's revealed, and I think you guys will all of a sudden see the right path and see where it's flowing, and there's going to be a lot that makes sense in 3 to 4 months from now. It'll like all make sense. And it's like, oh, that's why it was like a no, and that's why I had to wait and trust, and that's why this happened, that's why this happened. It is going to make sense in 3 to 4 months from now. It's just there's more information that we do not know right now that's kind of making it questionable. That's making us wonder. Okay, so I hope that's making sense for you guys. So group 2, let's get into some more cards here. So I'm feeling like pulling like, oh wait, first I have to like pause my camera. Hold on a second. I always have to like restart it. I just did restart it, but I always have to do that because it always cuts out at 30 minutes. And then sometimes I continue talking and I don't realize that the camera had already cut out. So I had to restart that real quick. So with that being said, let's go into, let's go into this deck. So this is kind of like a love messages deck, but I thought it'd be fun to use it in today's video to kind of get some love messages from your person if it is a love interest. But this also, like, this one was already turned over, so I feel like that's significant. We're just gonna take that out. Oh, wow. This one kind of correlates to what we were talking about right here. So freedom, there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. All right. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 2, some messages from their person. All right. Let's see what else we get here. So we have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. How impactful is that? Because that really takes us away from materialism. And that was like a really profound thing that I had a past life regression once, and that was like the message of the past life regression. It was really interesting. So when you pass on from this world, all the material stuff, all of the physical things that we attain, that we get, those do not come with you. So if you're trying to wait until, like you get a ring from somebody, or you get like, I don't know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that we could be asking for, right? When we're waiting for those things, those aren't what you take with you when you pass on from this world. Those are like worldly things that are illusions that only last a very limited amount of time, but they do not impact your soul. What impacts your soul, because your soul is eternal, right? You can never destroy or create more energy, and your soul is energy. You are energy, therefore you are an eternal being. Consciousness cannot be created or destroyed either. So you guys, when you pass on, the only thing that you take with you is your energy, right? And energy holds with it memories, emotions, feelings, because that is energy. So what you take with you are the memories that you've created, the love that you've created this lifetime. You don't take material things. So this is almost a message to focus more on the present moment and the emotions that you are creating in the present moment. What are you doing in the present moment? What emotions are you creating? What connections are you creating? Because those connections transcend lifetimes. That's why we can, meet somebody this lifetime and we're like, we've had past lives together. Like, there's no doubt about that. Like, I feel like I know you already. It's because there's that soul connection. We've had such a deep connection with this person in other lifetimes. Therefore, we recognize that in this lifetime, even though we don't share those memories, but we still share that, like, the soul connection, right? So focus on the soul connections that you're making, because that transcends lifetimes, but the material stuff does not. You are not going to carry your marriage with you until the next life. So don't focus so much on like, I need to get married. Focus on the connections that you're making. Also, don't focus on like, when am I going to attain this? When am I going to attain that? When's this? That's not anything that's lasting. Look at the things that are really lasting. Look at the things that are really important. So this is more like transitioning your focus. What's really important? What's really important is the present moment and the connections that you're making in this present moment. That is all that matters, because that is all that you ever take with you. All right. With that being said, wow, that almost made me want to cry just talking about that. Oh, so beautiful. But okay, so group 2, we have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So that's also what I'm talking about here when it comes to trust. So it doesn't matter if this connection works or doesn't, because you might not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose. And I feel like all of us always see that months later, like, or even years later sometimes. We see it like a long time after, then we like reflect back and we're like, wow, I'm actually really glad that happened. I would never be the person I am today if that did not happen to me. So that always, and I mean always, it always happens. There's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So that's also the lesson of Pluto, which is interesting because you guys had the Death card coming up, which is super significant. So I feel like this is a total message to you guys right now. So I know that this is kind of like a little bit getting off topic because we're supposed to be talking about what this person thought the last time that they saw you, but I also feel like your guides are trying to speak to you right now. So we're just going to get into it. So I'm getting a lot of Plutonian energy right now. And the lesson of Pluto is that it takes certain things from our life, like it kind of destroys connections. It's like the endings, but it's also the planet of beginnings. It's the scorpionic energy of endings and beginnings. So the Death card, it's an ending, right? It looks obviously like an ending. It's a death of something. So when something ends, that's signifying when something ends, there's also a new beginning, because you can never just fully have an end. Nothing ever actually ends. It's always in a cycle. So anytime that you guys experience the ending of a significant relationship or anything, Pluto, which rules all of that, it is that energy, always gives you a blessing to replace that energy with. Always. Okay? So when you lose something, when something ends, it's because there's a blessing waiting in that. So when we lose a friendship, when we lose a significant other, like a relationship or whatever, and something ends, that always gets replaced by another energy. And it will always give you a blessing or a gift at the end of it. So for some reason, that's a message for you guys right now, and I'm not exactly sure why that's really wanting to come up, but I really felt like talking about that. But that was like a really significant thing that kind of came up that I felt really called to talk about. But you guys have to be open to the ending. So the only way that you kind of really get your blessing through the ending is by closing that chapter, instead of hanging on to it, being like, when is that going to come back? Or like, oh, that was so sad, that was so hard. Like, grief is important. Yes, have the grief. Very important. We shouldn't ever ignore it, and we shouldn't ever just bypass it, right? But after all of that, we then have to close those chapters. And when you close that book, a new one opens. And that's the blessing that's coming into your life, because it allows you to bring in a new book and to look at a new book, and then that one opens, and then that is the blessing, because it always has to be replaced. The energy always has to be replaced. It cannot be void. So, yes. I don't know why I felt like talking about that. That was a whole rant. I'm sorry, guys. I just really felt like that message was important for some reason, so I was like, I have to talk about that. So yeah, with that being said, I honestly feel like adding another tarot card for what your person, honestly, not even a tarot card, I feel like these cards. I feel like there's another message about what your person was thinking the last time that they saw you, and I feel like I'm being called to use this deck again. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This person's very focused on, they might be very focused on their career right now. This person might have a lot of stress in their life in regards to their career right now. And they might be very focused on that. Yeah, for some reason, that's a thing that your person was thinking about. We also have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So kind of what I'm getting is that this person really likes you and they want there to be more, but they just haven't been able to reach more with you yet, to where they feel like they can actually take that leap and move forward. They're still nervous because they still don't really know maybe where you stand, what your feelings are. They don't really know what you want. And so it's not like there's not enough attraction per se. It's more like there hasn't been enough conversation. There hasn't been enough connection for them to like understand where this is going. But there is this desire for something. But there needs to be more talks, like deeper talks here. So with that being said, we're also going to get into our last few cards for you guys, group 2. And these are basically going to be talking about kind of like some more guidance about what you guys should be focusing on right now. So if you guys are, you know, like wrapped up in like, oh, what does this person think about me? All those things. These cards are kind of going to be talking about what we can do right now to like help the energies kind of like move forward, I guess, and to help us right now. So just some self-love, self-care cards. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you guys. Group 2. Let's see. There we go. Finally, we have one. We have dance coming out. So dance out the energy. Ooh, when we dance, we actually unblock our chakras. It's also very healthy for us too. Like helps us get the blood pumping, the blood moving, which also cleans out our system, right? It cleans out your body to be able to move. When you have movement, it cleans it out from all of the gunk and buildup. So when you're sitting too much, the energy isn't moving. And also dance moves like actual energy forward as well. So if you guys are wanting to move forward in some way in your life, dancing gets energy moving physically and spiritually, mentally and emotionally. So dancing, some people use even, there's certain ancient like tribal dances that can help release old blocked emotion, makes people like break down and cry. It's crazy. So even just if you guys want to like relax. Also, I was shuffling these cards and then these two came out, so we're gonna take a look at those in a second. But I would really recommend dancing right now because somehow it's gonna move the energy forward and help you guys get into a better mental state as well. We also have abundance planning. That's interesting that this one comes out, and we also have the finances and career. Very interesting. So time to plan. Also, this is talking about getting into a more abundant mindset rather than a lack mindset, because this is also kind of saying that possibly we have a mindset where we think that we're not worthy of love, or maybe we feel like, oh, there's not enough good people out there. How will I ever find one? Or like, maybe there are good people, but I just seem to never find them. It's like, oh, they're all taken already. Or, you know, maybe we feel like there's not enough out there, or, you know, maybe we just have a belief system that it's really hard to attain. If we do, then we're going to need to change that. So we're going to need to focus on the abundance of it. Instead, change your mindset. Sorry, I'm just like kind of burping right now. But yes, instead, change your mindset to believe that there's an abundance of amazing people out there that you get along with, that really connect with you on a deep level. Feel like you are so worthy, whole and complete, that anyone would be so excited to be with you. So instead, change your mindset to an abundant mindset rather than a lack mindset. We also have the card here of look for fairies. And right when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's your guides being like, look for the blessings. So instead of being focused on the past, focus on the things that, you know, because we might be a little bit stuck right now while focusing on the things that haven't worked out and being like, oh, well, like that's always crumbled on me and this has always crumbled on me. Look for fairies means change your mindset to look for the blessings in the darkness. So in the darkness of this card, instead of like looking for all the reasons why something didn't work out or can't work out, look for the blessings in it, because there are little fairies and the fairies resemble the blessings. So I feel like your guides have been looking out for you this whole time and they've been giving you little blessings, but we've been too closed off to see it. But there's more blessings for you to have. There's almost like a trail of blessings right now I'm getting for you guys, group 2. There's a trail of blessings. And they're kind of like leading you to where you're supposed to go. They're leading you kind of down, but it's about walking into the unknown. I'm getting a whole message from this. You guys have to walk into the unknown. You guys have to take a chance and walk into something that maybe you guys aren't quite familiar with, like by letting something go or needing to kind of walk away from something and walk and step into the unknown. Okay? And they're like guiding you through this. Maybe you guys are scared about being alone, so it's hard to like let certain things go. But they're like, okay, no, let it go. Let certain stuff go. If it's not working out, let it go. And then there's a path to follow here. they're literally like, okay, come, we'll show you to your golden castle. You know, you're the thing that you're desiring. We're going to show you to that. But it's about trusting it and trust. They're like little small signals that they're giving you guys, like little small signs. And they're like, please just follow it. And they're very like, the fairies that are around you, like the energy of the fairies and the guides that are around you is such a fun little, almost like, not childish, but like whimsical, if that makes sense. It's a very whimsical energy that they have. And they're like, very playful and like constantly very happy. The energy of the angels and spirits that you have around you guys is so cute. So freaking cute. And they're really like, hey, I know what you want. Come with me. I'll show you. So, yeah. Very beautiful. Also, the chrysoprase crystal that you guys chose, this one is very connected to conquering your dreams. Also believing in yourself, changing your belief systems. This crystal, Alexander the Great wore it, and he basically equated this crystal to being the reason why he was able to conquer so many lands. And he said that he could not ever take this crystal off of him because it was the crystal that helped him do what he wanted and to conquer anything that he wanted to do. So this crystal is extremely special. And it's about conquering your dreams and being able to do it. So it's no wonder that you guys kind of chose that crystal, because it kind of like equates to how this all ended off here. But that was a very interesting reading. There was a lot of like confusing energy at first, and I think it's because both of you guys are very confused. I'm getting the fact that like both parties in this are a little bit confused about this connection and where it's going and what's happening. That's the vibe I'm getting. So yeah, they think it's just about opening up more and having deeper talks to get to understand each other more. Will kind of help this open up and see if there's potential here between you two to have a deeper connection. So yeah. And maybe you guys have already known each other for a long time. Who knows? But yeah, I'm definitely getting that there's this need to communicate more. And they desire to communicate more. And they're probably stressed right now from outside factors. And it could also be you guys too that are stressed from outside factors. But there needs to be, this person desires for more communication. They desire to get deeper, to understand where you're at so that they feel comfortable opening up more too. Because this person's kind of like closed off. But they're desiring to open up more. But they are reluctant to open that door. So yeah, that's what we're getting here. Group 2. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading and today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this group, then this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 3, here's what we have for you guys. We have Waking the Lion, The Power of Purpose, Time Machine, we have Confusion being reversed, and we have Spark. So a couple of the things that I'm really noticing off the bat is confusion being reversed for one. This card being reversed obviously means that there is some questions that have finally been answered, and maybe we were confused before, but we're finally finding clarity. So one of the things that I'm picking up on that I think your person was thinking about the last time that they saw you was, wow, I'm getting to know so much more. I'm kind of getting some answers that I was waiting for. Maybe you guys had some deep talks the last time that you saw each other, and this person was able to put to rest a lot of the things that they were still wondering about, and now they find that there's so much more clarity. We also have the Power of Purpose right here, right front and center, and that one's kind of like depicted as this target. I think this person is so much more understanding of what they want and where they see this going between you guys, whether this is platonic, a friendship, whatever it may be, but there just seems to be a lot more clarity, a lot more of a vision, and they see like this is finally like moving forward and it's kind of on target. You two are kind of like on the same page now. There's much more understanding and much more clarity, and yeah, just this feeling of being on the same page. So yeah, heading in the same direction. We also have waking the lion here. This person is starting to feel a lot more confident and a lot more open with waking the lion. They also see like themselves being able to be a lot more comfortable around you, and they're feeling a lot more confident about this connection. So yeah, also time machine is sticking out to me. Right when I first saw that, I felt like either there's a situation with time, like maybe there was a situation with waiting, maybe we had to wait for something. There could also be an age difference between you two when we have time machine, so sometimes that can also be indicating that. Sometimes it can indicate distance, sometimes it can indicate like waiting for the right time, or sometimes it can indicate desiring to speed things up, but sometimes it also can indicate like perfect timing as well. So we're gonna get more into that and kind of figure out exactly the energy that's kind of coming through this card. But for the most part, I'm feeling like this could indicate they're feeling more in tune, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this, is that they're feeling more like at the right time now, whereas before I feel like this person was still going through a lot in their life where things were not working out, but the timing seems to be a lot better right now. And I feel like that's something that they're also thinking about. But yeah, I think that they're getting a lot of their questions answered. The fact that we have spark here, there's a total connection. I feel like the last time that they saw you, they felt like you two were extremely connected and that you two were almost burning from the same flame, if that makes sense. And burning from the same flame makes me feel like you two are very similar in the way that you kind of like spark each other. There's a great banter, conversation, there's a great understanding, and it's almost like you two have each other's attention when you're together. It's like your attention is very much on each other, and there's a lot of support and a lot of power. The lion is also something that's extremely powerful. And this person is, I think, when I'm looking at this card, I get a very strong feeling that this person is about to make a very big decision. And they're about to act on a big decision. Because I think that they've gotten a lot of their questions answered, and this person is kind of like feeling this very powerful like urge of like, okay, I think I'm ready to make a big step. Waking the lion to me feels like waking up the confidence of like, I feel kind of like I'm getting prepared to feel some big way. So yeah, waking the lion. They're also feeling the like they can open up more about how they're feeling. Like they feel so much more confident to do that. They're almost like, I keep hearing like ready to step up to the plate. So I don't know, but that's coming up. Let's look at the numerology here a little bit too. We also have a 1 and a 9, which comes up to a 10. So that talks about a new beginning. So interesting that card, I was also kind of getting the vibe of taking the next step, and that one talks about a new beginning. So yeah, this person is definitely thinking about the possibility of taking another step with you. The power of purpose is the number 9, so that talks about completing a phase. So I think that you guys were kind of like maybe closing out an old chapter, kind of getting some clarity on some confusing things. And because they got more clarity on it, they're kind of ready to close that old chapter and almost kind of like take a next step. We do also have time machine here, and it has the number 3 on it. That signifies kind of like a good time, like a celebration, togetherness, opening up more. So they definitely feel like being around you is very fun. They get a very fun feeling when they're around you, but there's also this tone of seriousness that I get with the lion. But the lions are also very fun because it's very connected to Leo energy, and Leo energy is extremely fun. It likes to be childish once in a while, but it also likes to be serious. It likes to open up its heart. They want to like give everything to you. And Leos are, what else can we say about Leos? When they want something, they want it. And I feel like since this person has so much more clarity now, they are thinking like, I really want this. You also make them feel very confident. I'm getting that you really light this person up and you make them feel very confident and very good. Like you validate them in ways that they haven't been validated in a long time, and they feel really good around you. Like they feel very strong around you. They feel very like powerful when they're with you. You make them feel powerful. So yeah. Let me see what else we have. The wheels that are in here really stick out to me in these two cards. So that can symbolize a lot of things. In this particular reading, I'm feeling like the wheels are symbolizing like moving forward. They're trying to move forward. And the timing, I feel like there's more to say about the timing. I'm really feeling like pulling a particular card on just the timing situation and what that's kind of like talking about more. So I'm going to pull a tarot card just for the time card, just to get some more. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we have I swear the Magician has come out for every pile so far. It is the weirdest thing. So let's talk about the Magician. Yeah, they feel like it's finally manifesting at the right time. They feel like they were not ready for this before, but there's something that they're ready for now. So there is a timing thing here. And they're also kind of glad that the way timing has worked out. Maybe you guys have like known each other for a while, and like now it's just kind of like it feels like the right time. It feels good now. Timing can also symbolize, you know, maybe you guys haven't known each other before, but now they're at the time in their life where they're ready for something more. I'm definitely getting, I feel like I read most of these readings as romance. Again, it could be anything. This could be like a connection with anybody. This could be a friendship connection. It could be whatever, right? But they are feeling more of like, this is like the right time. We're on the same page. We've gotten a lot of talks out of the way that were really important, stuff like that. So with that being said, we're also going to go into this deck of cards right here. This is a major arcana deck, and we're going to pull out one card that kind of symbolizes the overall major energy of this connection and kind of like how they feel about this connection. What's like the overall major energy? Wheel of Fortune. We get another wheel, guys. Another wheel. So right place, right time, divine timing. Also, they feel like things in their life are getting better. They're finally on the up and up. I think that this person was going through a bit more of a weird time, a confusing time, a hard time in their life just before this. And now they finally feel like they're getting their life together, and they feel like they're at the right place in their life where they feel like they can take the next step, and they feel like they can be the bigger person. They feel like they can actually be a provider. They feel like they can step up to the plate to kind of like be who they need to be for this connection. Whereas before, I feel like they felt like it wasn't the right time, and they still had a lot to do and a lot to get over. Like they were handling a lot before, to say the least. And now they're finally at a time where they're on the up and up, and they're like ready to take these things on. They've become very strong in their life, and they're kind of just like, I'm here for it now. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, they had to learn a lot of lessons before coming to this place in their life, to say the least. So with that being said, we're gonna go straight into more tarot here. So let's see what else we get for you guys. We have the Page of Cups. So there is kind of like a romantic feeling here when we have Page of Cups. There might be a desire for like a romantic connection between you two. And they definitely feel like the potential for one definitely exists here. I also see them opening up about their feelings more around you. And they feel like this is growing more and more. That's kind of what I'm hearing in my head and what they're thinking. They're thinking like, wow, this definitely has the potential to grow. I feel like this has the potential to grow, and I want to see how it grows. So yeah, they definitely feel a lot of potential in this connection with you. I think that this person has a little bit of fears around their heart, but they're ready to get past that. We have the Eight of Pentacles being reversed. So this person, I'm getting that they're desiring for things to be easy. I think that this person's been through a lot of hard stuff and they're not ready for like, they can take it on. They can take on hard stuff, but they're just like, I finally want something that's easy. And I feel like they're feeling a very calm, nurturing energy from you, and they really like that. I think that they also, you guys might have had like an intense conversation the last time that you guys were together, or maybe at least recently, and I think it's still on their mind, and they feel like a little bit overworked from the amount of energy that was like put forward in your guys' like last conversation and last meeting. And they might still be a little bit like overwhelmed by that, but at the same time, they're really happy with how that conversation went. Like they're so happy with how it went, but they might still be feeling like that was a lot, but yet they're so ready for more. Yeah, that's an interesting feeling I'm getting. So let's see what else we get here. We have the Star being reversed. Let's get one more card. The Star also talks about being at the right place at the right time. So we get a lot of timing situations happening. We also have the World. We have another circle. So let's see, you guys. The Star, first of all, means right place at the right time. This person also may be feeling like you guys just met just as they were getting their shit together in their life. So they kind of feel like you kind of like rocked their world. They weren't quite ready for it, but at the same time, they're very open to it and they're very welcoming of it. And they're like, yeah, I do want to take this on. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of like came out of nowhere for them when they weren't even really looking for something, or maybe they were just like, again, just starting to get their life together, and then all of a sudden there's this whole connection and they're like, oh wow, like wow. So yeah. And then the World being reversed. Yeah, I think they're still on the verge of closing out an old chapter. And yeah, they were kind of just on the brink, like the timing, there's something with timing here, where we might have to still wait a little bit for this person. You know, maybe this person is still needing to figure some stuff in their life out, but at the same time they're like, oh, I'm fully in this, but yet there's something in their life that they're still like needing to work on before they can like kind of give you their full energy here. There's definitely an interesting thing with timing. And what was the center card again? Oh yeah, the Power of Purpose. So yeah, timing. We have so many cards that talk about timing and like closing out an old chapter and like beginning a new chapter. So I hope that's making sense for you guys so far. Yeah. I think that this is also talking about them taking the next step with you. Because for you guys, I'm also kind of picking up on that sort of like next step energy. And so this person is kind of wondering about like, oh yeah, is it time to like really do that and really like talk about moving forward, taking the next step and closing out this old? Are we really ready for that? Are we really ready for that? I think that's something that crosses their mind a lot when they're with you, is like, am I really ready to like close out this chapter and fully immerse myself into this new one? That's something that they're thinking and that's going through their head. So with that being said, we're going to go into our next deck, but I'm also going to change my battery really quick because my battery is about to die. So I'll be right back. All right, the battery is changed and now we can go into our next deck. So immediately we have a card flying out. This could be the one. So yeah, this person definitely thinks that this connection has potential for a very strong, long-lasting partnership. And they're like, okay, am I really ready for this? Because it's going to require like obviously closing out an old chapter of their life, but they're like, okay, well this could really be it. So, whoo! Let's see what else we get for you guys. We have the Trust card. So they're just kind of like putting their faith into this. They're putting, they're kind of like, okay, let's just see where this goes. Let's find out how this turns out. So they're ready to kind of like surrender to it and just see what happens. We also have release your ex. So that could be a total situation here about the reason why, because maybe they just got out of a relationship and maybe that's why like timing is weird. Maybe you met them just like right when they were coming out of a relationship and maybe they just weren't ready and you kind of caught them off guard and it's kind of like, oh my God, what in the world? So yeah, that's probably why we were getting that transition sort of energy coming up earlier. All right, so with that being said, let's get into our next set of cards here. These ones we have been using lately to ask questions, and we basically have a pick a card within a pick a card. So this is going to be really fun. Essentially, you guys can think of any question on this planet that you guys want to inquire about your person that we are currently talking about. So think about a question. Literally can be any question on this planet. I'm going to be laying out 3 different cards here, and then we're going to go through them one by one to see your answers. So essentially I'm going to lay out 3 cards. You guys pick one that you're the most drawn to, and then that will be the answer to your question. So group 1 is going to be this card. Group 2 is going to be this card. And I'm feeling this one for group 3. So those are our 3 different cards that we have for you guys to choose from. So again, think about your question. Look at these cards. You can pause the video if you guys want more time. And then, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys chose card 1, your answer is there's something better. There's something even better to be revealed. So if you're asking about a certain outcome right now, I think your outcome is going to be obviously better than what you think it is. So there's something better here. Take that as it is. I mean, there's not much to get into about that other than I think your outcome is supposed to be greater than what you expect it to be. Whether that means there's going to be twists and turns, whether that means there's going to be an ending and a new beginning, whether that means that the outcome is just generally better than what you expect. That is the energy that we're kind of getting from this card right here. So group 1, there is something better. Let me tap into that energy really quick and see if there's like anything else we're getting from that. I'm getting this like following your heart energy and what truly, truly, truly aligns to your heart. I'm just hearing that. What truly aligns to your heart. I think your heart also knows. I think you know deep down inside this this feeling because your heart is like telling you like something. Okay, so group 1, that was your answer. So group 2, if you guys chose this card, we have wait, patience. Wait. No need to make really quick decisions. No need to cut ties with something with a quick decision. No need to take any brash action. When the wait card comes up, of course, that just means waiting is going to bring you clarity. It is going to bring you the right answer. When we sometimes act too quickly, we end up kind of stirring the pot too fast, and we end up ruining whatever it is that we are making. So waiting and having patience is the best, and you're probably going to get the outcome you want as you kind of just take it as it comes, right? So your answer would be to wait, and that answer will get revealed to you soon. And having patience is key in whatever it is that you're asking about. Group 3, we have the trust card. This has been coming up a lot as well. So having trust. Your spirit guides want you to trust the path and know that they got it. They got it under control. They know what it is that you are wanting. And the trust card signifies that you're on the right path and they're guiding you there. And all we need to do is have trust and no longer resist. Let go of the resistance. Let go of trying to control it. Let go of trying so hard to swim upstream when the stream is clearly taking us downstream. It is time for us to kind of go with the flow a little bit, because the flow is taking you to your outcome. Because just like this card, there's something better. We might be trying to force something to happen when clearly the universe is like trying to take us in a new direction. We're like, why are you not listening to me? I want this thing. And the universe is like, no, hello, I'm bringing you to what you want. I'm bringing you to what your heart truly, truly aligns with, but you have to trust me because you haven't seen it yet. So of course you don't know that it exists, and you don't want to go downstream because you haven't seen what it is yet that I have waiting for you. I have this whole gift waiting for you down the stream, and it might require waiting in order to get to it. It might require us the timing, right? The timing might not be right yet, or we need to wait a bit longer and wait until the universe brings us to the right place in the right time, because that will be something better. So instead of swimming upstream, just go with the flow, trust the universe. It is bringing you to what you want, but it's going to require waiting. Okay, so that was actually an interesting message kind of for all the cards right there. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into our next deck. So we have this fun little deck here to play around with. This is basically kind of like, they're like little love messages, but they've been like pretty powerful. And I feel like most of the time these love messages have been like guidance for you guys. Okay, so let's see what else we get. These have been like almost landing in the candles lately. Let's try to get one more. Definitely feeling that one. So we have life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, guys, we were just talking about this. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. We were literally just talking about that. That's insane. That is literally almost verbatim what I just said earlier. That's freaking crazy. So then we also have freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And then we also have imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So take that as a word of advice right now. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. All right, group 3. So with that being said, we're also going to take these last few cards. These are just like a self-care oracle, because I just wanted some guidance from our guides on what we should be doing right now, what we should be focusing on, how to get our energy into alignment, that kind of jazz, because I just feel like that's always important. I feel like we kind of always need guidance on that. So I just wanted to whip these out and see what Spirit had to say for us as personal little messages of self-care. So group 3, what should group 3 be focusing on right now? We have pleasure. Oh my gosh, focusing on your own pleasure. So this doesn't have to be taken literally as the card shows. This can also be just getting back in touch with what makes you happy, okay? What gives you pleasure, whether that's creativity, whether that's whatever it is, focusing on what actually gives you pleasure, because a lot of the times we get stuck in distractions because we're like so used to looking at our phone, and sometimes our phone doesn't always make us feel the best because, you know, sometimes we see posts that we don't like and then they make us feel bad about our life, and then we see this and we see that, right? All these different sort of things, but somehow yet we're addicted to it and we constantly just like waste hours a day on that, right? So focusing on what really makes you happy. Get back into your creative space, group 3. What else do we have for you guys? Wow, we have connect with your womb. This one came up for another group as well. So this is, whether you guys are male or female, whatever the case may be, we all have feminine energy within us, which is nurturing energy, right? So it's kind of like the womb energy is the nurturing energy, where we create life, where we create nurture. We literally nurture. So for you guys, this is about nurturing yourself. Also, it's interesting, these two connect a lot, and this is focusing on what makes you happy, and also your own nurturing energy, getting out the feminine energy more, connecting more with your deeper feminine energy, which is the energy of nurturing and the energy of not forcing. It is the energy of going with the flow. That is feminine energy, going with the flow. Feminine energy does not take action like masculine energy does. Masculine energy is taking action and doing and forcing and that jazz. It is telling you to sit back and relax some more. Sit back and relax. Rejuvenate yourself. We also have the card here of hydrate, which is so important, you guys. So group 3, have you been drinking enough water? Because your guides, your spirits are wanting you to hydrate more. And hydrate can also come in the form of taking a bath as well. Of course, baths don't actually literally like hydrate us, but sometimes the cards are more metaphorical than literal. So if you guys feel like, oh, I drink tons of water, maybe this is talking about you guys just connecting with water more. So like taking a bath, things like that. But also for the most part, I feel like most of us are probably not getting enough water. So hydrate, you guys, drink more water. And sometimes just drinking water doesn't actually help hydrate you because you need the proper amount of electrolytes in order to actually get hydrated. So I feel like this is also telling you don't just drink just plain water, like adding like a little pinch of salt and some like berry juice or some like lime or lemon. Lime and lemon is kind of more of a diuretic, but like it does also have electrolytes in it, so it can help replenish that. But like, and I mean like a pinch of salt, do not put a lot of, you don't want the water to taste salty, but it can help your body retain water and actually stay hydrated. So that's why I'm like pointing that out. I think also having calcium in water. So like eating some broccoli has calcium, or like taking a multivitamin and having water, you know, stuff like that. I'm not here trying to give health advice, but I do know that. So I will say that. So that is what we have here for you guys, group number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. I hope it resonated for you. And with that being said, if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. And hope you guys have a great day and year. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 4, we have a merry motive, wish upon a star. We have beautiful uncaging being reversed. We have ears wide open being reversed. And we have memories, self-love, and respect. So first couple things that I am noticing off the bat here is that this person really wants the best for you. Like the fact that we have the respect here, this person, for one, obviously, self-explanatory. They have a lot of respect for you, to say the least. The wish upon a star and the merry motive are really connected because this person's almost holding the same star that's kind of like hung up right here, right? So this person is, I think, really wanting the absolute best for you. I think for the most part, I'm getting that you two have known each other for a bit and have definitely created some memories together in the past. Like you two have some history together. The person that you're probably inquiring about, I feel like you two most likely have history together, and this person wants nothing but like the absolute best for you. I think that this person has very good intentions, and yeah, they really want to see you do well is what I'm getting. Also, this candle just burned out. I don't know if you guys saw that because it's kind of like not in the view of the camera right now, but it just literally went out and there was a ton of smoke that just went psh. But yeah, wow. Flame burning out. That's interesting. I wonder if that's symbolic. That's obviously symbolic. Some of you guys, this could be an ex that you guys are talking about, that they have a lot of respect for you, but just maybe the flame burnt out, and that was that. Because the flame literally just burned out in the candle, and I feel like that's quite symbolic. But yeah, I'm definitely getting a little bit of that energy. If not, this might just be like a connection that might be severed. This could be like, this could also be, yeah, I'm getting that, I don't know. The guides keep telling me like that this is a connection that's severed, even though it's not really noticeable in the cards. But for some reason, that candle burning out just then was like, this connection is kind of like moved on. But this person really wants the best for you. Like they have a lot of respect for you. They don't have like ill feelings. They also really want to see you do well with this self-love card right here. Like deep down inside, their heart wants the best for you. I think they also continue to think about like old times with you. Very interesting. I wonder if some of you guys are also, just asking about somebody who you no longer are in touch with. But yeah, this person, there's a lot of cherished memories, and they're kind of still thinking about you and sending you like good energy from deep down inside, whether they're conscious of it or not. So whether they're like consciously being like, I want to wish the best for this person, I think deep down inside their heart is just like, it still has a connection with you, and they're still sending you those good energies, even though I think that this connection is more like moved on. But yeah, let's see what else we're getting. So yeah, the beautiful uncaging being reversed. I think that this person, the last time that they saw you, kind of just had this like maybe bottled up feeling, just because this card is in reverse. So they felt like maybe they couldn't express all of their feelings to you, and maybe they still feel like there was like not enough closure, and there's a bottled up feeling that I'm getting, but yet they kind of just want the connection to be good, so they're not wanting to like let out all of their emotions. They're kind of just like, well, I'll hold on to that and just let the connection just fade and kind of be what it is. But I feel like there's more that they like wanted to say. Yeah, interesting. I'm getting, sorry if I'm like pausing a lot in this one, but there's a lot of like just like subtle emotion that I'm getting. Also, the camera is like super dark, but there's a lot of like subtle emotion that I'm getting from this pile, rather than like sorry, I just need to adjust the brightness here. A lot more subtle emotion rather than like very strong direct emotion. But we also have this ears wide open, and this one was reversed as well, so it's almost like, yeah, I'm also getting the connection being severed, ears wide open, but it's, so maybe you two can't talk anymore, and maybe they think about that. So what they're thinking about is the fact that like the last time they saw you was kind of like they knew that they wouldn't be seeing you anymore. We also have the angel number 33 right here. That's like in harmony. So this person still, yeah, they have like a lot of good feelings, but yeah, it's like they know that they can't really talk to you anymore. Wow. Sorry, this pile has like a very intense energy to it. I think they still think about you a lot. Sometimes memories, when it pops up, they might still occasionally check up on you, maybe via like social media, whatever the case may be, but they might still like inquire about you or check up on you, and like they're still curious about like maybe how you're doing, and they really want you to do well with this self-love card. And they're also in a better space now too. I'm getting that this person is also in a better space. I think that this was very hard for them though. Your guys' last like time seeing each other was very difficult for them. It's almost like they didn't want to let go with this respect card, like the way that they're like holding their hands, they almost like didn't want to let go, but yet it's kind of like this knowing that they have to, and that they need to like end this connection. I hope this is making sense so far for you guys who chose this pile, because wow, this is a very intense, very, it's giving me all the intense energies right now. So with that being said, I also want to get into these cards right here. This is a major arcana deck, and I just want to pull one card to kind of get the overall energies that they were feeling about this connection. Like, what's the overall major energy in this group? So group 4. What are the major energies behind this group? Okay, so we have, I feel like these, oh, wow, we have the death card. That one came out for the last group too, I think. Or at least one of these groups. I forgot which one, but yeah. So we also have the Hermit. So they were really feeling like it's time to go solo. The Hermit is when we kind of like go into a cave and we just retreat. So there's this retreating energy, and they kind of also felt like talking about deep stuff, to like reveal deeper stuff that they've maybe never said to you before. Because the Hermit also talks about illuminating the darkness. So illuminating some deeper feelings that they've been having, kind of opening up about that. But then it's also kind of about a solo journey. It reminds me a lot of like, for some reason I'm getting Lord of the Rings. Who am I trying to think about in Lord of the Rings? Who goes on a solo journey in Lord of the Rings? Like, it kind of reminds me when Frodo wants to, like, do it all by himself. He's like, I need to go it on my own. I'm manning up, and I need to go on my own. I need to go on my own. Nobody can come with me here. So, yeah. There's definitely that sort of energy behind this as well. The snake is also really sticking out to me in this card. So that kind of makes me think that there's more that they had to say. There's more that they wanted to say, but they kind of like had to scoot around it. And they kind of had to just, yeah. And I don't think that there was an ill intent behind this. Like, when I'm looking at the snake, it doesn't feel like a snaky, sneaky energy. To me, it feels more like they just had more that they wanted to say, but it might have hurt them to like go into that. So they were kind of just like, well, we'll just not get into that. This person has a lot of emotions, and I'm feeling like a huge emotional weight when I'm reading this group. Then we also have the death card, and the death card symbols the end of something, an end and a beginning, right? And so they also feel like this connection between you two it had to go through a transition. So they're definitely feeling a transition energy between you two. And yeah, like a retreat, like going, definitely there's a severing connection here. There's definitely a severing connection, and the sheath, or whatever you call this, is really sticking out to me. So yeah, the severing of something, the ending of something. So with that being said, let's get some tarot cards on this to get some more information. Group 4. So we have Temperance reverse. We also have Justice. Okay, so Temperance also deals with a transition. And also, Temperance talks about things that no longer mix together when it's reversed. When it's upright, it talks about being able to blend two things together. When it's reversed, it talks about those two things are not blending. So maybe they're feeling like it's just something was not, it was just time to like let it go because it wasn't working anymore. Justice can symbolize that they wanted things to be brought to closure, and they were thinking about like, how can I balance this? How can I make this right? How can I make this right? There's this energy of how can I make this right? How can I do this the right way? Let's see some more cards. Let's get some more cards on here. The Knight of Swords, so making more quick decisions. The Knight of Swords also talks about being very quick-minded in their thoughts. So they had a lot of thoughts going through their mind the last time that they saw you, so much that they wanted to say and talk about. Yeah, that card talks about there's just a lot to say and a lot to talk about. It's even hard for us to like get cards while I'm shuffling, which kind of symbolizes that it was maybe hard for them to talk, but yet there's so much that they wanted to talk about. But maybe it was like difficult for them to talk and to think because they had like a million thoughts. We also have the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's a fresh beginning. There's a fresh start. They also thought that this would be best. There's a feeling like this is what's best, is to do this, to do it this way. They see more potential for both of you this way as well. There's more potential, and it's almost like a new, fresh beginning for you. They weren't just thinking about themselves here. They were thinking about both of you guys, I think. We also have Six of Pentacles. So they're wanting to like give you the best as well. I think they're wanting it to be fair with Justice as well. Like fair, like Six of Pentacles and Justice both talk about fairness and equality. They're wanting this to be equal. They're wanting this to be on the same page. They want both of you to have like the best possible outcome, I guess. They're also trying to provide you what you need, give you what you need, do the things that they were falling short on before. So to be able to say the things that they felt like they were falling short on in the past, to finally bring that stuff up and share with you the things that they felt like they were falling short on. Also with Knight of Wands, there's also this happiness and this excitement for you. Like seeing your potential, seeing like the possibilities of places that you might go, seeing the possibility and potentials for themselves as well. Like it's very equal, it's very balanced. Like they're not just thinking about themselves here. But there's like an overall like happiness, this respect for you, but this also like, again, it was kind of like hard for them to let go with the respect card because of the holding hands that we were talking about earlier. But yet at the same time, it's like, they know that it's like better this way because it opens up possibility and doorways for both of you. With that being said, we're also going to go into our next cards. So the next ones that we have here are, hold on, where's my next ones? They're underneath these cards, that's why I'm not seeing them. So the next cards that we have are these ones right here. These are more of a romance deck, but again, it can apply in any way. So whether this is a friendship, a family member, a romance, whatever it is, past life relationship. Okay, so this person has known you in the past. You have known each other before. So maybe you guys have a really strong connection. You were here to kind of like have more of a karmic connection together, or maybe it's just like you guys reincarnate a lot together and just whatever the case may be. But yeah, past life relationship, they're definitely feeling like, you know, I have a very close connection with this person. I have a lot of memories with this person, and they very much respect that. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 4. We have the honeymoon card. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So they also want you to not think badly of them. They want you to remember the good times. So honeymoon doesn't have to be taken romantically. It can also be taken as they hope that you remember the good times that you guys have shared together rather than the hard times. They want you to think about them in a good way. They don't want you to remember them in a bad way. Okay? Let's see if we can get another card here for you guys. Kind of feeling this one. Separation. Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean, that fits in quite well here. So we were definitely picking up on the severance kind of energy, the ending kind of energy. And so that's another thing that was kind of like, they saw it coming. They saw like, okay, this is probably the last time that we're going to talk together, and then there's kind of like no more after this. And so they're kind of like, oh, I want this to be a good thing. So maybe that's also why they felt kind of closed off. Like they didn't want to talk about everything because they really wanted it to be like a last, like a good, they wanted to leave it on a good note. And yeah, they're like trying their, even though like separations can never be like left on a good note, it's like so hard, but they were hoping, they're trying to do what's best, and maybe they don't even necessarily know exactly what that is, but they're trying. They were trying at least. So with that being said, we're also going to go into these cards right here. We've been doing like a fun thing in these readings lately where you guys basically get to ask a question. It can be any question under the sun, and we're basically going to have a pick a card within a pick a card. And I'm going to shuffle these cards while you guys think about the question you want to ask, and I'm going to be placing down 3 different cards. Then you guys can pause the video in order to pick which card you're the most drawn to, and then we're going to get into them to get an answer for any question that you have. So, sorry, we can't have them come out like that. So, think about your question. We also, wow, there's a lot of energy that wants to come through right now. So think about your question, and I'm going to start placing down cards for you guys. So card 1, card 2, and what do we want our card 3 to be? Feeling like it's one of these. I think it's that one. So here are our 3 options. So again, pause the video if you guys want more time to choose your card. And if you guys are ready, then let's get into it. So group 1, we have choose a new direction. So it is time to get inspired about a new direction. I feel like this person would also want that for you as well. So it's time to create a new path and a new trajectory. And there's new things opening up for you. It's saying like not to stay attached to the past, essentially. So hopefully that's answering what you guys are asking about, because it's basically saying that there's a whole new direction. There's a whole new energy. It's time to leave the past behind us. Okay, so group 2, we have perfect timing. So things are happening in perfect timing. There wasn't supposed to be anything that lasted any longer. There isn't supposed to be something that was shorter. Like everything's happening in perfect timing. This was all in perfect timing. The future is all in perfect timing. Even the present is all in perfect timing. You're right where you're supposed to be, and your dreams, your goals are coming to you in perfect timing, right when you need them. And go with the flow of it. It's saying go with the flow of it, and those things are going to come into your life. Whatever you're desiring in your life, all of that is going to come in. And I don't feel like it's that far away. I feel like as long as you're following like whatever's in resonance with you, It's going to come faster if you're following what's resonating with you, whatever feels right, whatever is like inspiring you in this moment. When you do that, things will happen so much quicker. Okay? Because you're creating the perfect moment now, which means perfect timing exists now. So with that being said, let's go on to group 3. So your guys' answer is wait. This one's been coming up for a lot of people lately. Wait. So everything's happening in perfect timing. It's time to choose a new direction. Get into the perfect... so for some reason, whenever we go to card 3, I feel like all the cards are talking about card 3. And so I end up referring to all of them because I feel like they've been doing that lately. When we do these like little mini pick cards, it's like they all start resonating at the end. But yeah, it's time to wait. Because the new direction, it's time to make a new direction first. So wait, pause, think about what you really, really want. And this is also about trusting in divine timing, trusting that the things that you desire are coming. Wait can also be a pause before making any quick decisions. The sword symbolizes communication. So communication from the higher realms is coming in because the sword is pointing up. So this is wait and ask for signs from your guides because they've been trying to talk to you. So wait and observe. Don't be in so much of a rush. Get more calm, get more into a meditative state because answers are flowing in as long as we're patient and quiet enough to hear them and to see them. Okay, so I hope that is making sense. I hope that's answering your guys' questions. Of course, I don't know what your guys' questions are, so yeah, hopefully that those resonated and somehow metaphorically at least are going to apply to whatever it is that you're asking about. So with that being said, we're going to go into our next group of cards. So we have these ones right here. This is kind of like they're like little romance angel messages. So we're basically going to shuffle these. I've been feeling like these have mostly been like advice cards for people, like angel love advice, I guess. So let's kind of see what comes up here. So our first card, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So this is about forgiving, hugely about forgiving, and then all of a sudden, the way that you move forward in life and what you begin to attract in your future will finally, you'll close out these old patterns, right? Because these patterns continue for us when we still have forgiveness and still have hurt that we're holding on to. Because when we still have the baggage of resentment and things like that we're holding on to, we're literally carrying it with us. We're carrying resentment with us. And that means that all of our next relationships, no matter what type of relationships they are, that resentment's always present because we're still carrying it with us. Therefore, when we're having any sort of conversation, it will get triggered easier because that resentment's there being like, whoo, I'm getting awakened by this, I'm getting awakened by that, I'm getting triggered by this, I'm getting triggered by that. We get more triggered. It's easier for us to get upset and get into arguments. So this card coming up is very powerful, okay? This is all about forgiveness over the past. So criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So any relationships in your future will lose the pattern, but you need to lose the resentment first. You need to lose that. You need to take it out of your backpack. Stop carrying it with you. Otherwise, it's going to you're keeping the pattern with you. You're literally holding on to the pattern, wondering why is it still showing up? Well, you're still carrying it with you. Of course it's still showing up. You're literally holding on to it. It's like walking around with like a phone when you're in nature and you're like, I want to have a completely peaceful nature walk. But you're still carrying the phone with you and you're like, it keeps going off. It just keeps going off. Well, don't take the phone with you and then it won't go off and you can have your peaceful nature walk. So it's kind of like, I don't know, bad example, but you know, I'm sure you guys get the point. When you're still carrying it with you, it'll still pop up. We also have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Ooh, baby. Group 4. Ooh la la. I think you guys, this is talking about how you guys have a lot of magnetism right now. And I think that whoever we're inquiring about, whether they're friends, family, lovers, whatever they were, they want you to know that you also have you're a very magnetic person. Okay? Enjoy it. Go out there, enjoy it. You can magnetize people to you like instantly. Okay? Whatever it is that you're looking for. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 4. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling this top one. We have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So let me just restart my camera really quick. It's about to cut out. There we go. Okay. It always cuts out at like a half an hour, and we were getting really close to a half an hour, so it was about to cut out. But yeah, balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. That is so important because we can't just have like butterflies and roses all the time everywhere. We always have room to grow. And when we grow, the growth is always so important because we transform so much. We're able to experience so much more. If you think about the mindset that you used to have like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you think about that mindset and the amount that you were able to experience with that older mindset, the younger mindset, it was probably a lot less than you're able to experience now because now you understand so much more, you see so much more. Okay, so anytime that we grow and we challenge, we go through obstacles, we grow. And as we grow, we're able to experience so much more. And not just the bad stuff, it opens up our experience to the good stuff so much more too, because we understand so much more. Therefore, we're able to experience so much more. So growth is so important and vital to our experience here on Earth. So it's not about looking for the perfect relationship or trying to make things perfect. It's about seeing that things are already perfect and then accepting the growth as it comes and seeing it as a beautiful opportunity to experience more and to grow more. So, whew, what a powerful little card there. Oh my God. So with that being said, we're also going to go into this other deck right here. This is a self-care deck. And we're going to be just getting some self-care cards because I feel like it's always so important. And I just wanted to end this off with some beautiful guidance from Spirit, from your angels, about some self-care that is important right now for you guys. I feel like it's important in any sort of like reading, honestly. So let's see. Group 4. What should Group 4 be focusing on? We have sing, so get more expressive. Get more expressive, my loves. We also have spend time with animals. Aww, I got such a cute, loving energy from that one. Oh my goodness. Even connect more with nature. Like even if you don't have animals yourself, even just going outside, there's always some animals to find outside. Connecting with nature, connecting with a friend's animal, whatever the case may be. Being able to sing more, especially about things that you desire, because there's songs that we listen to that maybe aren't exactly what we're trying to attract in our life. Like, maybe we're listening to a lot of sad songs, but it's not something we want to attract. This is about getting into alignment with what you do want to attract. Find the songs that really resonate with that and sing that, because then your vibration starts to become equal to that, because words hold vibration, sound and frequency holds vibration. So different melodies have different overall vibrations. Like you hear a melody and you can hear ones that sound sad versus ones that feel happy. They literally change your energetic base point and your vibration, and they help you attract what you desire to attract. So start singing what you do want to attract. Look at how happy she is. Get into that alignment. And then, yeah, spending time with animals, connecting more to them. Let's see what else. I heard that some of you guys might be thinking about getting a pet. maybe you guys have been thinking about it lately, and that's maybe a sign like, yes, do it. We also have dance. That one came up for another group too. So sing and dance. These are both expression cards. So it's about expressing yourself more. Also, when you get the blood pumping more, when you're dancing, when you're creating movement, it also helps move energy forward. So it helps you guys move forward by moving energy, because when you're stagnant, energy is stagnant. Energy is not moving forward. You're trying to manifest by sitting on the couch, it's going to be really hard. If you're trying to manifest while you're dancing, while you're moving, this moves energy. This moves energy through your body, chi through your body. Then you start to get thoughts and ideas that maybe wouldn't normally even come to you. That also sometimes comes when we're sitting on the couch and having quiet time, because maybe we're too much in our heads and we're racing too much constantly. So sometimes sitting down and having meditation quiet time is actually very productive, because we're able to quiet down and get ideas that way. But for you guys, this is talking about getting up and moving more, adding more movement to get the energy flowing, because maybe we've been too stagnant lately. Okay, so for you guys, it's about moving a little bit more, and also connecting more with animals, like being able to share your love with things, show your love to something. So that is what's coming up right here for you guys, group 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.